All right, what is up, everyone? I'm Role Model, and I'm here with Team We've Got Moxies, who placed third overall in the large and exciting GOAT format 3v3 tournament. How you doing, guys?
I'm doing good. This is Moxies. I'm doing great. Just woke up.
Yeah, it is early.
Yeah, for me it's pretty late. Mark here, Bears Thunderbolt on Dueling Book.
Very cool.
And I'm FDS. Um, yeah, I'm just chilling, man.
Cool. All right. So I think we're gonna jump right into it. And the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is just overall tournament performance. So if you could go into how well you thought you played, how well your decks performed, stuff like that.
I'll start. This is Moxies. I thought my overall tournament performance was just okay. I think I could have done better. Um, I didn't think I played bad. I think there's a couple things that just went wrong with my deck. I would change, but overall, it was a fun tournament. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we couldn't watch Mox's games because he finished them too fast. Like I was just doing rock paper scissors with my opponent, and Moxie's like, "All right, I'm up a game." I'm like, what? Then after a few turns, he won already. So he came in to watch our games after that.
Yes,
Uh,
I did feel like I spent more time watching their games than playing mine.
hmm, that's funny.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't finish most of the games. They kind of carried me, I guess. You know what I mean?
That's
But I do think that I was gonna win a majority of the games, though. So
cool. I like the confidence. Awesome. Okay. All right, so now let's go into part of your thought processes into picking a deck for this tournament. So I see that both Mark's and FDS's decks are extremely similar, with I think one card difference in the sideboard is the only difference.
yeah,
Could you guys go into why you decided to play this variant of Chaos Control?
Yeah, so it's basically a hybrid between two FLC winning deck lists, and one of them is a deck that I used on Dueling Book ladder, and then I got first place with it, and then FDS used it to win the FLC. So that was the list with like free Dekochi, free Magician of Fate, and then the other list from Humble Robot, also winning the FLC. He introduced like the Mystic Tomatoes, Ragagi Breaks, and stuff, and I felt like I like both decks, but yeah, eventually came up with this is kind of best of both worlds, I guess. So yeah, I've just been testing this a bit, and I like it. FDS, yeah, I decided he also we played against each other, so he also liked that.
Hmm.
yeah. Yeah. Pretty much is just a combination of those two. Yeah. It is like just I mean, there's like flaws with everything, right? So I think kind of blending them together was kind of I don't want to say a compromise, but it was kind of a smart decision. You know what I mean? Because like the mimic package was kind of good for the time, but it kind of just fell out of favor like when Kaiku started being like super prominent.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that's why like SDM is always solid, and I think that's kind of why I felt that's why I put the like my side has the second SDM.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and because I honestly haven't played that much since Worlds, so I think like sometimes the aggro matchup, like it's not even that bad without it. You know what I mean? I
Right.
don't think it's like I don't think you lose it. You know what I mean? But I
Yeah.
think it kind of just gave me. I guess I just felt that I would be more confident if I had that extra beater that would get over like Haiku or what have you. You know what I mean?
Just like a random catch-all card for aggro variants. Yeah, I
Yeah,
totally
in a
get
way.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
hmm
What
Okay.
and Moxie's? I mean, maybe Moxie should talk about. I don't know if he wants to talk about his warrior list.
Yeah. So This list is cool.
Yeah. I just brought the exact same list I won the FLC 16 with. I didn't really like, there was only a week between times. The meta was basically the same. I didn't really see a reason to need to change it. But after which, I actually do wish I would have not played the third Dushoot and went back to more what my Obelisk deck was with two Dusshoots. I think three was just a little too overboard, especially since going into the tournament, I did talk about how a lot of turbo players were going a little bit more trap heavy, and that's indeed what they did. And it just ended up being I ended up top decking it at the worst time all the time. Like
Hmm.
sometimes you just think, oh, it happens every once in a while, but no, I top decked it at the worst time a lot. So I was kind of it was kind of not as good, but overall the deck is just absolutely great. It's built to just destroy turbo, and it usually does destroy turbo really well.
Hmm.
17 monsters is still a little too high for me, but at the moment I'm still working towards what I'm gonna do to combat that.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. All right, so I guess the next thing I want to transition into is basically like what were your notable tournament highlights? If you could like recall back to that day to see if you guys remember any like fun plays that happened during the day. Moxies, I've already got a candidate for you, and that was you sacking skilled dark magician to out it was a nightmare wheel.
Yes, it
Activation,
was.
yeah, I think that was just like awesome. It's something that would
That's
like never come up, but like was great.
that was perfect for me because I didn't really have anything too notable in the 3v3. I guess basically the best thing that I did was just making a Blast Warrior against a Reasoning 8 player, and I just won in 4 turns, and he just passed
Mm,
every turn and just scooped. That was kind of funny.
that's also great. Yeah. Anybody else with the control lists? I know those are like traditionally more normal games, but were there any like interesting things that came up?
Yeah, I had
Mark.
one. It was my Moxies remembers. Like I was watching me while this happened. So I was playing against the deck. I think you would call it like Dragon a Reasoning Gate. So it had like Cybersteins. It could make King Dragoon and then summon Horus level 6 and then level 8 and stuff. So my opponent had me locked with the King Dragoon, and I didn't have many outs in my deck, so my life points were low. So I just started setting monsters every turn, and I made 1,000 ice restrict, so I cannot target it, of course, but I'm just stalling. So my entire
Mhm.
field is full, and basically I'm just losing. And my opponent is making a Gatling Dragon and trying to go for game. So he's trying to clear my 1,000 ice restrict and kill me.
Hmm.
And then he misses all the all the coin flips,
Oh
and
wow.
out because next turn I could use my downsize restrict. I think I had to book it, not sure, but I could use my downsize restrict to take his Gatling Dragon and uh, run over the King Dragoon, and that's how I won that match.
Wow. I am
Yeah.
so sad I did not get to witness that. That
That was
sounds
against the
amazing.
Delinquent Trio too. That was against Alpha, and he plays really fun kind of out there decks. And yeah, that was actually like a tournament. Like that was a really important match too, because I'd lost to Lucas
Yeah,
Gustafson, so that we needed that win, and it was looking pretty dire until that triple flip didn't work.
Amazing.
Yeah,
yeah,
that
Amazing.
was
that was an important match. Yeah, and I thought, and we actually, I got messaged while I was playing the deciding game, and I was told that the set was over, and that was incorrect. But so that was a interesting little tidbit that the little thing that occurred. But
Hmm.
that team was pretty strong. I mean, we were stronger, so you know.
Yeah, definitely. All right,
I
cool.
think like sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to say that like there wasn't many like not many highlights in terms of like crazy plays. I think just the tournament overall. I mean, I think it was a lot of fun. It was I was happy to play so well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I saw some of your matches and you all played excellently. So good on you. All right, cool. So I think we're going to transition now to. So I wanted to talk a little bit about team dynamics, and I want to specifically get into like how did you guys train for this tournament? So I know that some teams, had voice chats open and were actively talking with teammates during the tournament. Some
Hmm.
teams were not. But what was your like strategy going in to this event?
Honestly, we went pretty hard. Like a month before the event started, we made our group chat, and I'm sure a lot of teams did what we did, where they make a group chat, they talk, they scrim against each other. But we specifically went out of our way to talk about how we like to interact with each other. I've personally played a 3v3 before, and personalities can conflict really easily if you do go the route of where you're actually going to talk to each other on VC, because
Hmm.
some players don't like you talking to them in the middle of the game. Some players are very receptive. They want you to give their opinion and their input. So we talked about what all of our specific things are that we'd like during a game. We practice a lot. We got on VC and we talked to each other just so we felt comfortable, because like it's kind of awkward just day of. You've never heard these guys speak, and next thing you know, you're trying to have a voice chat. It can get a little awkward. So we made it. We went out of our way to do that. We did lots of testing, lots of building. We even brought in Lucas, who is the GFC 3v3 winner himself. And at the time, he wasn't sure about what team he was on, so he was our sub. And
Mm-hmm.
he scrimmed with us a lot. So like we had very high tier practice going into it, and just a lot of like discussion on how we wanted to talk, what we wanted to do. So I mean, I think we did better than I'd say most teams on preparing ourselves mentally and and actually playing the game against each other and scrimming.
And speaking of
Yeah.
Lucas, like it was also our loss, so I played against him, and he was on like I think one card difference, but it's the same deck as Moxies. So I also think it says a lot that he also that Liz basically won the tournament as well.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
so do you guys think that like that this like this team dynamic training actually helped you? Like, do you think without it you would have done worse?
I mean,
Oh, you
I think
cut. You cut.
yeah, you cut out at the end, but I'm guessing you're saying do you think we would have done any different regardless of it?
Ah, okay. See, yeah, that's
Uh,
basically the question. Yeah.
yeah, I do think we would have done really well regardless, just because we have three individually strong players. But I'm also for me personally, I do think like chemistry and vibes really matter,
Hmm.
especially
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
since in after winners or before we play winners finals or after winners finals, we had to wait like 3 hours for the next game. And for Mark, it was starting to get pretty late, and for me and FTS, we were hungry, we were bored, whatever. And like now, when you take that long and time of time, your vibes just aren't really nearly as hype, right? Like when we got to winners finals, like we were hyped. So like you want to keep those vibes going, right? So
Yeah.
we were just, we would talk to each other, discuss things, just help keep the vibes up. I don't know if it directly led to us playing really well regardless, but I do think it helps.
Yeah,
Cool.
and we also had like after the first two rounds, we had
Oh my
to
god.
so long. Like there was one match. Like I think everyone was talking about it. Because like everyone in the bracket was waiting for one match to finish, and there were
Yeah.
hours and like trolling each other and arguing, and it took forever.
And there's more people watching that specific match than watch the grand
Mm,
finals, just because everybody was literally waiting, and it was so early in the tournament that people were still
yeah.
like interested in what was going on because they weren't eliminated yet. So there's like
Yeah.
20 something people watching this losers round or whatever,
It was
winners
like
round two match.
second round. Yeah.
Crazy.
Amazing.
It was absurd. Yeah. I was a little confused as to why it was. You know, I thought they would both get DQ'd or something. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I guess that wasn't the call. So yeah, that was an experience, I think, for everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Big tournaments, you never know what's gonna happen. All right. Okay, I think that's all the questions I have for you guys. You have any shoutouts or people you want to thank?
Well, I mean, just yeah, shout out to like everyone that I've been testing with and that I'm
Mm-hmm.
discussing with. I mean, it's too many people. Like, if I'm going to name everyone, I think I'm going to leave people out. So just people know, like, everyone that I'm testing with, everyone that I'm that also inspires me. Like every time someone does well with the deck, I always try to take something away from it, see what I can learn from other good players or better players than myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel the same. It's a long list. I spent over the last couple months specifically when I started getting back into Yu-Gi-Oh a lot. I felt the right thing to do was to surround yourself with a bunch of players that are either better than you or know what's going on. So I did that, and when you have a group like that of a lot of different minds, and you're practicing against a lot of different minds, and they're all top players, honestly, you just get good, and it's just been an incredible ride.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got a few. Yeah, I mean, on the same page, like, I think just like all the people that we test with, I think, just this team right here, I think, I think we were all fairly confident and well positioned to, even, I mean, I still think we could have won the whole thing, you know what I mean? And that's not me being like salty or upset or anything. It's just that I just think that's what it is, you know what I mean? I think that a lot of teams were, they were saying this and that. They were going to do, they were going to win. They have the best team. Um, and I mean, Moxie's kind of, did it jokingly. It seemed, you know what I mean? Moxie's a pretty humble dude and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I mean, at the end of the day, we outplaced all those teams that said that they were going to do this and that. So, I was real happy with my teammates. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, I'm also happy with you guys because like even though my record was pretty good, like I only lost against Lucas, but my track record in tournaments is not as good as as my teammates. So I just said that when Moxies won the FLC, I was like, oh, I guess I'm teaming up with with champions. Like,
Yeah. Yep.
so it's just good that I at least I can say like, oh, I top three UFC, so I broke that curse. So yeah, it
yeah,
feels.
Very nice. Yeah.
yeah, we all go through that. We all go through the ups and downs. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I also want to shout out. I think we got to give a shout out to the World Gone Mad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
that's the team initials.
Mm-hmm.
WGM.
WGM. Yeah.
So that
For
that was
anyone
that.
who watches this video, the name isn't a direct reference to myself because that's pretty egotistical. It just happened to work out perfectly for initials to
Yeah.
then spell out WGM. Um, we wanted to lay some homage to our guy, our friend, because he spends a lot of time talking to us and helping us and playing with us. So we felt it was appropriate to give him a little piece of the action.
Oh, very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and so originally, like I was kind of joking, but I also thought it would be cool. Like we had to think of a team name. I was like, well, we can just say free WGM as our team. It would be funny as a team name, but also because he's banned from the Goat format Discord,
Right. Right.
so he could not do this tournament. So we kind of wanted to make a like a kind of fun, but also like a statement for that. But that's against the rules, so we didn't end up going with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. They actually ended up cutting off that. I think in the interview they cut out that. That's what the initials stood for. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
mean, it
We'll.
is what it is, and you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We'll keep it in here. Don't worry, guys. All right. Cool.
uh, oh, before we go, I just want to one
Mm-hmm.
last shout out. I just want to shout out just format library. You know what I mean? That's where I think you go to get good at Go. And I also want to shout out my fam and my girl Lori because we got to do that.
Yeah. Definitely. Okay. Cool. All right. I think that's it, guys. I'm Role Model here with Team We've Got Moxies signing off. Thank you for watching. Peace.